Good morning, everybody. My humble pranams to the Almighty and to each and every one of you present here. La 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 la. I was happily sitting in a vessel, and then I felt myself being lifted, patted, and being dropped. I went down, down, down. It is sizzling, bubbling, hot oil. Now I'm no longer so sticky. Look, I am being turned over. And now I'm letting out a nice aroma. The vada is now ready and can be taken out from the oil. And I move from the oil to the oil strainer. I sit there leaving out some oil. And here I go. I am on a flight. I can see the oil I was dropped into. I can see the grandma who put me into the oil. I can see her coated. I can see the entire village. Oh, I'm almost touching the clouds. This is so wonderful fun. And now I'm entering into the forest. It is so beautiful. Why did the crow land on a tree so fast? A small bite of meat goes down the crow's throat into his stomach. Woo! Hello, Mr. Crow. You are the talk of the entire forest. Everybody is talking about your thin, slender legs, your shiny wings, and your black beady eyes. I also hear you have the most velvety voice in the entire forest. So, could you please sing a song for me? And down I go, right into the fox's mouth and immediately into his stomach. Okay, so if you could guess the story, please shout out a yes. Okay, we remember stories because stories are sticky. They grab our attention and engage our heart and minds. So, the focus is higher and hence the retention is longer. And so, we get consumed by the stories and the stories stay with us. You see, the vada in the story enjoyed its journey from the vessel to the fox's stomach because it had heard many stories of travel and adventure. It had heard that going to new places was fun and exciting. And so it actually looked forward to the travel and hence it enjoyed it. We are all also like the vada in that story. We are also subject to various experiences in life. And what we make out of these experiences depends on the stories that we carry within us. And how do stories come to us? We get them from the time we are in the womb. Like how Abhimanyu knew of the Chakravyu and Prahalad knew of the Lord Vishnu when they were in the womb. And once we are born, there is no dearth to the stories bombarding us. These stories hit us, get into our system, stay with us, and highly influence us. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was highly inspired by the stories his mother Jijabai told him when he was a child. Similarly, Mahatma Gandhi, he vowed to walk on the path of truth after he listened to the story of the great king Harishchandra. So, the stories that we tell and hear consume our soul and make us design our future stories too. I know of this girl who, in her childhood, saw her father extremely busy juggling his time between the family business and his favorite sport, cricket. This little girl's mother was also a very strict taskmaster. And whenever any task had to be done, they just gave her minimal guidance and ensured she did her work independently. The little girl did not like this. She thought her parents were not interested in her. And each time she was made to do her work by herself, she felt alienated from her parents. After her 12th, she moved to a different city to do her college. Away from the comforts of home, she started questioning the stories of resentment playing in her mind. She checked if they were actual facts or mere assumptions. It did not take her long to realize the truth and intent behind her parents' actions. The lessons of time management, perseverance, hard work, which her parents had drilled into her, stood with her for life. She realized how much she was being loved and cared for while being molded into a beautiful, strong person, ever ready to face challenges and grow. The story playing inside her mind had changed. It was now a story of love and gratitude, attracting beautiful things towards her in life. And so blessed is that girl that today she is doing a TEDx talk in front of you now. Experiences come and go, events happen, and then we create our own story from each event and we carry that with us. And these stories influence us a lot. Take, for instance, the rain. It could bring stories of joy and relief for the farmers if it poured at the right time. The same rain could bring stories of grievance if the crops were destroyed in floods. It could bring out stories of jumping in the puddles and eating ice cream for one, and yet for another one, it could bring out stories of hospital and injection. For one, it could bring out stories of companionship, while for another one, it could bring out stories of loneliness. Yet, it was the same rain. Like how a set of 3 dots can give rise to various columns, likewise, the same event can give rise to different stories to different people according to what is playing within them. We all keep telling ourselves stories all the time. Yes, who isn't? I strongly believe we should cultivate stories that not only empower us but also the people around us. These narratives that we carry are indeed very powerful because they form the very basis of our existence and lay the foundation to our sense of identity. As the Upanishads say, Yad bhavam tad bhavati, meaning you manifest what you think. And these thoughts, beliefs, and memories keep playing inside us as stories. The stories that we carry affect our personality. They act as the glasses through which we view the world and decide what we attract towards ourselves and what stories we make out of the experiences we have. Like in October this year, at the Coimbatore run, at 7.3 kilometers, I had a fall. I was held to my feet by a co-runner, and then I sat down, took in account of the injuries on my body. Me not being a regular runner, I decided to stop running. But before I knew, I was up on my feet and running. It hurt me terribly because my inner palms and knees were bruised and bleeding, and my left ankle was swollen. But yes, I did run, I walked, I limped, and then I completed my 21-kilometer run in less than 3 hours, and I felt completely joyful about it. And then I paused and thought, wow, actually, I had done that. And then I realized a story had actually taken over me, a story which my maternal grandfather told me once. My grandfather and I used to communicate through letters. One day I received a letter from him written with pencil and not with pen. I asked him why, and he told me this beautiful story. The pencil maker had finished making all the pencils and he was getting them ready to be shipped. However, all the pencils started crying and they said they didn't want to leave the pencil maker's house. So the pencil maker picked up the first pencil. He looked at it and he said, "You were born to do great things in this world. However, you must get out of the comfort of my house and explore the world outside." Saying that, he put the first pencil inside. He picked up the next crying one and he said, "Irrespective of how you are on the outside, what matters most is what is inside you." He picked up the third one and he said, "From time to time, you will experience a sharpening sensation. Allow yourself to go through the pain. It helps you grow." He picked up the next one and he said, "My dear, it's perfectly all right to make mistakes in life. Allow yourself to be corrected." He picked up the next one and he said, "Wherever you go, remember to leave a mark." He picked up the next one and he said, "When you're out in the world, you might find pencils taller than you and sharper than you. It's okay. Remember, you have it in you too. So give it your all and fight it till the finish." He picked up the next pencil and he said, "You might be scribbling, doodling, drawing a plan for an architect, or writing a IE. Whatever it is, enjoy the moment." He put the pencils inside, he closed the box and put it inside the carton box, ready to get them shipped. I strongly believe this is the story which carried me to the finish line. And this has been the driving force for me to take action in all events of my life, however big or small, be it my 10th birth, or when I get locked in a bathroom, or my pregnancy, or when I was bitten by a spider in a trek. We are all the stories that we tell, hear, create, carry, and that we keep playing in our minds all the time. We are all made up of stories. We could create a beautiful life full of wonderful possibilities if we could breathe in and out meaningful stories. So, what are the stories you are breathing? Thank you.